And let me make sure I shut my phone down. Let's see. Okay. Just waiting on the thingamajigs to pop up. Oh, yep. Oh, there they go. There they go.
Baby, I'm gonna stuff you like a turkey.
Yeah, there they go.
You're gonna get that gravy. You're gonna get that gravy real good.
Are you just trying to get that into
Not
the stream?
sanitary.
Okay. I think we're good. Let me find a 30. Here we go.
Baby,
okay, we got some.
I'm gonna stuff you like a turkey. And you're gonna get that gravy. You're gonna get that gravy real good. Not sanitary.
You there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good, son.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, smart people? This is the SmartGuyz Tech Podcast. I'm your boy, Smart Guy, Big Q. I'm joined by this guy playing illicit materials on the stream. Who's this guy? What's happening?
It's your boy, the voice of reason, the vision. Keon X is in the building. That's right.
Keon X is in the building. Got Lorenzo Campbell in the building. What's up, Zoe? Zoe's here. Part of the notification squad. Oh man. So I don't know what that was. What you had some meme stuff you was playing during the intro. I know what that was. I have no idea what that was.
I didn't know you could hear it all.
Yeah, I definitely could hear it. Definitely. Anyway,
there was a video of Lil Sis. Lil Sis had to see that real quick before she logged on.
Oh, okay, I got you. Wait a while. So look, here we are, man. We are right up on it. Holiday season getting ready to start. Literally in about 7-8 days. We got Black Friday upon us, which is they already doing stuff. Christina Johnson is in the building. Yesterday I was leaving work, and I just saw this weird line like forming outside of the store, right? And I was like, what is good? These can't be Black Friday people. They had the rails up and everything, and I was like, these cannot be Black Friday people. What is going on?
It's a little early for that. It's a little early for Black Friday.
A little bit early, right? So I go out there to go conversate with these people because I need to find out what's going on with them, and they telling me that they are waiting on a 20-year limited edition Halo Xbox, and I was like,
that's right.
Wow, what a world we live in.
Because Halo is out today, God.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because they did drop the multiplayer game on us today. I actually downloaded it and got mine was finished installed. I wanted to look at it before we started the show, but I didn't have enough time to really because I know it'd have made us later than what we already were. So I will definitely look at it as soon as we get done here, though. I'm going to say, have you looked at it? But obviously, no, you're a PlayStation.
No.
Halo's
not my type shooter.
It was the main shooter. Zoe's a Microsoft guy, and I got another homie, Steve, who's a Halo, like he loves Halo. That's his thing. Have you got a chance to play the game today? Because people having fun with it, man. That's what it looked like. Like people having a good time. I didn't get a chance to get. He said he got 3 of them. Well, I kind of figured. Well, I figured he would have had an inside slide in order to go. Me and old girl was talking about that because I was like, "Oh, Zoe already posted a picture of the thing on Twitter already," and then she was like, "Well, don't Zoe work for Mike?" I was like, "Yeah." So I know he didn't wait in nobody's line. I know that much. What you think?
He played it early.
Okay. So there was that. So that was a thing that happened today, right? I don't know. We talked about this a little bit last weekend. I don't know. I'm just not one of them kind of dudes that would subject myself to that extra stuff to acquire said piece of technology. I don't know. Like Steve hit me on Twitter. He was like, "Yo, bro, people doing wild stuff to get tech these days," and I'm like,
Like what? Wait, like what? Like waiting in lines?
Waiting in lines, getting in these queues on what's the thing I'm thinking about? What's the website where all the nerds hang out at? Reddit.
Oh, Reddit.
Getting in the Reddit queues for the GTX series cards and doing all this wild stuff. Getting the Twitter, I don't know.
Call up Toretto. Call up Dom Toretto. He got you.
We talked about right. That's what I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, Steve was all like, "Yeah, man, that's what people do. That's what." But I just thought those days were gone, Keon. I know the last time I saw something like that was like one of the old school iPhones or whatever. And people would line up for it like that. But I haven't seen that in a while.
That's been a while. That's been since like iPhone 7, maybe. That's like long gone.
That's when I saw that yesterday, and then when I found out what the hoopla was about, I was like, "Really? A Xbox?"
A Halo Xbox at that. Well, Halo is one of Xbox's like things.
Yeah,
that's what you get.
Yeah, So I don't know. It was a weird thing, but again, people in their tech, it's a weird thing, Keon. Other than that, I'm excited. I got this week I get to put my stores finally back together. I get to go in and finally get I got like a couple of days. I got about 9 days to get my store together. Lorenzo says he reselling the Xboxes for $900 plus. Well, this is a limited edition run.
I can't get into the buy and resell game. A lot for tech, not even for anything. I can't.
Well, this is a limited edition run though. A 20-year, like this is a special thing.
But I'm not going to buy one just to resell it. That seems like it's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, he bought them dollars, man. We've been working that iPhone game for a hot minute. You know what I mean? That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it for them 99 in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
But I don't know, Ken. You were saying something about how it was we were wrong about the metaverse. What did you say about that? I didn't catch that one completely.
I didn't say that. I told you to watch the video. But this guy did a nice video perspective looking at the metaverse and how it's. I wish you watched the whole video, but how it's not just like something. It's not a place, more it's a time, and it was a really good video. Like if you watch it and see his point of view and see what he cites and stuff, it's good.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of jumping. I was like trying to get to the point because it seemed like it was kind of going on.
No. Watch the whole thing, get the background, get the details.
Okay, I need to check that out because that's something I think I would be interested in. Right, Ken? We talked about it briefly last week. Your USB iPhone sold for $86,001, right?
Yeah.
So $86,001 and $1, right? So look, the whole selling the phone for the $86,000, that's one thing. I could care less about that. But what got my mind to kind of working a little bit, right? Was okay. Listen, it's a USB-C port on an iPhone. Like,
yes,
I don't understand why is that a big deal? I mean, there's USB-C ports on. There's USB-C ports on.
No other iPhone has it. No other iPhone has it.
Okay, so again, that we know what that tells me. That
literally one of a kind. It's one of a kind.
So it's a 1-for-1. Yeah, even though it's gonna be 100% useless next year when every iPhone gonna have that.
Useless? We know that though. Yeah. Right now, it's one of a kind.
So you think it's worth $86,001?
Oh no, because either he showed how to do it or somebody else showed you how to do it. So anybody can do it if you have the time and patience and tools. But right. This one's already done.
What I want to know is, so Apple has been kind of going away from this and not wanting to do it and fighting the people over in the UK about it and having all the say so about it. Like it's a big deal to them. To Apple, it's a huge deal. They're not wanting to do it. They want to do their own little cable. So this dude goes and circumvents all Apple's engineering to put a USB. Now that iPhone now vulnerable, right? Is it according to Apple standards? Is it like
what?
to whatever Apple been hiding from for the past 7 years with the lightning cable?
They don't hide hardware. They say the software is what you don't want to be siloed and stuff, so it doesn't affect your software. Literally, it's just a USB port.
So why they won't put one on their phones?
Why should they? I mean, as a consumer and as a lover of tech, I want one because it's better all around.
To everybody in the world who was not in that office who made the decision to go with Lightning, Lightning port makes 0 sense to everybody else.
But to business, it makes perfect sense why they keep
it's
money. It keeps you. You have to buy our stuff. And it's money for us, and you can only use our stuff. So if you need to buy like an accessory, it has to go through the lightning. That has to go through a port. It has to go through the lightning port, which means we're getting money from them. We're getting money from you. So business-wise, perfect sense.
I cannot say that I would disagree with that. I would have to agree. So at the end of the day, that's why it's been there for so long, and that's why they making a big stink about it, because you're taking money out of their pockets, right? That was okay. Now as long as we're being truthful, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
And people, a lot of people keep saying that we're moving to a portless iPhone. I don't know how fast that will be. They are doing MagSafe. I got a couple MagSafe chargers, one in my car, one in my desk, and then just like a loose one hanging out. And so I haven't plugged in. I don't think I've ever plugged in this iPhone 12. Oh no, I plugged in the 12 like first few months, but after the first month, I don't think I've ever plugged this in. So I wouldn't be that hurt by a portless iPhone, but I know if you're buying the iPhone 13 and doing the ProRes 8K video, you want ports. You're definitely gonna want ports.
Yeah, definitely gonna want ports, or you gotta have some extra time to wait on that wireless transfer. You know what I mean? So
which ain't gonna be fun. That's not gonna be fun at all.
No, they're definitely ain't gonna be fun at all. So like, at least you can't have an option. Like have the port there, but you never have to use it unless you're doing something like that. For that rare 15% people who do that kind of thing, like for the rest of the world who do that.
But I don't think Apple's doing it. I don't think Apple works on the 10%. They work on the 90%.
I see. Okay. That makes sense to me. You know what I mean? So what I got next? Oh, okay. We talked about this, right? The game dropped early, and Keon, obviously you're not playing it because she was a Call of Duty guy. And you said you had your certain feelings about the Master Chief and all that stuff, right?
No, I just don't care for it.
Okay. Yeah.
I used to play Halo. I just don't play it anymore.
Yeah. This was it ended up being like a really big deal. I saw yesterday everybody was like doing all this stuff on Twitter. All this chatter was about will they, won't they, is it coming, are they going to drop it, so on and so forth. Because the game was originally supposed to come out in December, and they did it today. I guess if they selling those Xboxes, they might as well do something special for those people, right? Might as well.
Did the graphics get it though? That was the big thing last year.
It was something about this extra, this forced FPS on a lot of games. They actually added like some extra frames per second update or whatever. I don't know. I don't play console, so that kind of stuff it'll never cross my table. I don't worry about stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know how that works. But what else I got?
Lord.
I'm just keeping it real. I don't worry about stuff like that. But Android 12 is out in the wild now. It's for real. It's loose now. It's official for Samsung. Obviously the
Samsung phone.
Well, just the S21 right now. The Pixel being released actually gave us our first peek into the real Android 12, and now the official One UI 4 version from Samsung is out on S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra. I guess it'll be a while before I see it on my phone. Well, I have it on my phone right now, but it's still in beta format and that kind of thing.
What about the Fold? Why don't you put it on the Fold first? Is my thing.
Because you know how like the betas are only tried out on the S21 phones first. That's Samsung's. That's the phone they always do it on first. Yeah, it's always, as you ain't got an S series. That's what used to get me about my note. I had those notes all those time, and I would always have to wait until like they got done with the S's first to get to come to the note. But the S is always first. So they rocking it right now in this purest form, and I guess they like it. I don't know. I mean, it's been fine on the Fold. Only thing I was worried about is that it broke the good lock function for a little bit until they're able to get that straightened back out. And that's what make having a Samsung phone fun. Good lock. Without that, it's like any other Android phone at that point. So until we get that ready, I'm in no big rush about it. What you think about it, Keon? You good with that?
I'm glad it's not on the S. I don't know if it's on the S20. That's cute. You said S21 only.
S21 only. Yeah. You probably won't see it on the S20 until really, really later. I mean, you probably won't see that on the S20 until like the summer. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah.
I'm glad they have updated. I'm glad more and more people. It's quick. This one was quick. It was like
this one was fast, right? I mean, like it was in beta in September, and that was it's live already. And for Samsung phones, that's super
quick.
That's very
quick. A few years ago, you would have had to wait like until the next year before you got it.
Pretty much.
I'm glad that they're getting faster with the updates.
Because I remember back in the day when you used to have those Nexus Eyes or Nexus E's, however you said it. I don't know. What is it?
God, Nexus devices.
What is it? Nexus C? Is it Nexus?
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 I don't know.
Nexus is.
I don't want to compare it to anything.
Either way, when you had those devices, when you had, it used to always be a thing because you had that phone and you would be like, "Oh, I got Android 6 in beta," and I'm like, "Well, damn, I just got 5. Like, I just got it.
I'll be ready. I'll be on it. I'm like, y'all know the new stuff yet? You ain't got the new stuff. Ah.
Samsung was slow as hell when it came to that thing, man. And then it was like Samsung, and then it was Verizon. Remember, it was like if you was at a Verizon Samsung, you was in bad shape, right? And that's why I always was, right?
I actually had to wait for the Verizon, the carrier versions, but I only had to wait like a day after original. So yeah,
it was crazy because back then Sprint was getting them before Verizon was always last. It seemed like to me, Sprint was getting them early. AT&T.
Google and Sprint had like a little partnership for a while.
Yeah, man, that Verizon, but them Verizon updates. That's why, man, I'm so glad I went unlocked. I had to do it anyway. So remember we were on the show a couple months ago, Keon. We talked about who was it? Was it Instagram turning off the like counts? Is that who did that?
Yes.
So now the dislike thumbs down button on YouTube, the bane of my existence, is.
What? What? You really get disliked?
Well, because I have very strong opinions about things, and so Lord. I have a. This is what's crazy. I have a Samsung channel, right? My channel is a Samsung channel, the one that I'm trying to grow, right? And it's growing pretty good at a pretty good clip, and I only talk about Samsung stuff. Now I'm making my mission to not mention Apple or even bring it up or talk about other things. I just don't do it because it's not what I do on my channel, right? But then people have the nerve to always want to challenge me in the comment section about Apple stuff. This is not the place for that, okay? Right? So they thumbs my shit down all the time. Anyway, now I ain't got to worry about seeing it no more, right? The thumbs down button goes away, and the counters. They're removing the counters too for the likes. So I know you had a long speech about it when they did it on Instagram. You feel like it'll help on YouTube as well?
So Instagram with the clear, I'm in favor of not having like counts. I don't use it on my Instagram, and I will never go back if I don't have to. YouTube is a different story, and I've seen both the sides, so I understand both sides of where we go. We've got one side where YouTube wants to protect people from getting dislike bombed and getting disliked all the time and blah 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 blah. And then a lot of creators and consumers are like, dislikes show you the relevance of a video, whether you need to even waste time and watch it. So I see both sides. I don't know because I watch a whole lot of YouTube. I don't use my dislike buttons on any video at all.
I very rarely do with anything. That's what we talked about this on any social media. But I feel like my like is we talked about it. I feel like it's very powerful. So everybody don't get it. Even if I don't like it, I'm not even going to give it a thumbs down because I still think that has more power than just people think it's just a nonchalant thing that you do. It's really not. It's got a lot of persuasive and influential power, and people just use it willy-nilly, right? They just do, right?
And it's right. I mean, you can look at a video within the first couple of seconds, and it has like 10,000 dislikes, 100 likes. You're like, all right, maybe I don't even need to waste my time, but
right, but then you got videos, Keon, that people go to watch just to what was that girl's name? The Friday girl or whoever it was. who had the video had the record for the most
Rachel
dislikes.
Black? Was it Rachel Black?
Yeah, but the video had like 9 million views on it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She'll get kicked back on this video for the rest of her life. You know what I mean? but it's been disliked more than any other YouTube video in history, right? So some people are like, oh, you got to go watch that video, bro. You got to watch it, and then just to thumbs it down, like. But you're going to watch it just to say no, I don't, this is whack, or you got to do it because it's a trend or that's what everybody else is doing. You go watch it just to thumbs down.
That's YouTube version. That's what YouTube wants to stop. They want you to dislike something that you're just disliking because everybody else is. And I heard a suggestion where you can use the like and dislike button, but you have to watch like 80% of the video first or 90% of the video. That'd be a good compromise.
That's not a bad idea because you can still get feedback like that. I mean, like, or a person, if they really just hating on you, they doing a lot of work just to hate on you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's
like or dislike, but you have to say why, and then it gets something like that. So that might
something like that. Actually, I think if you I think you have to watch a certain amount to like it, and I think if you dislike it at any point during the video, you have to give a reason why you don't like it. Because I think that not only keeps it less toxic, that also helps the creator, right? Like, so you didn't like it because
things are like too long or not relevant. You don't have to be super specific.
Right?
Give a reason.
Yeah, this is something like I didn't like I didn't like the way you said that word. I didn't like that.
No, we're not doing that. That doesn't work here. You got to get.
It's not constructive at all, right? Hey, but it's a blank text box. You can put anything you want to in there. I talked about this on Twitter and got on my case about this, and I ain't gonna do it this week because y'all look for this, and I know we still don't have our lady general in the building to really
I don't know where she at.
So,
it's her daughter's birthday.
So I'm not gonna beat a dead horse here. All I'm saying is, you stole this technology from somebody, one of your buddies, right? We're supposed to be friends, right? Stole our technology, and now. Yeah. Okay. So, see, they put me on that.
I don't feel like Samsung first.
Yeah. I don't. Well, in the mobile space, we were. Adobe wasn't doing it on mobile. Yeah. They wasn't doing it on mobile.
Was it QuickSeed or whatever?
No. It was only on Photoshop, and it had it only on the desktop version, right? So.
Snapseed had it before you did.
I don't think so, man.
Pixar.
But it doesn't matter, Ken. What matters is everybody else did it better, okay? And then they said that this right here was a major Pixel 6 feature. Now, let me tell you what's weird about that. The reason why I feel a certain type of way. It is what they use to sell the phone. When Samsung implemented, they didn't even mention it. It wasn't even in none of the promo materials at all. You know what I mean? Like, that was like, oh, and by the way, you can do that if you want to. You know what I mean? Like, but somebody had to show you.
You got to remember, Pixel doesn't come out with features and features and features. They say, hey, we got a blank slate and a great camera. That's it. Now they would be like, oh, well, we're trying to sell this phone, so look at what you can do with the eraser. Maybe it'll attract somebody.
And then you're gonna tell me, right? Okay, I buy the phone, and I'm buying the phone because you sold me on that feature. That's the feature you sold me on. Oh, I can erase photo bombers out of my picture. You know what? I was thinking about doing this other phone. I was thinking about doing the OnePlus 9 Pro, but I think I'm gonna do the Pixel 6 because of that. And now it don't even work, and it won't work again until late December. I don't know. I don't know what kind of business practices these people are.
Like I said, hey man, Google's an ad business, not a hardware business. I don't know what they're working on right now, but they're trying.
I just wanted to be known, while everybody was like, and I'm like, again, I'm gonna try to stay away from going on a little tirade. But while everybody was saying what they were saying, all you got to do is go on Twitter and scroll back about a week or so. Go back to the last week or the week before and look at all the praise and all the stuff that they were keeping on. Okay, let me stop. Let me move on. So
this man's upset with Google. Jesus.
Did y'all not see this? Wait, was I the only one who saw this?
I mean, I don't really look at the news like that.
Listen,
I didn't even know it was broken, so I can't even tell you.
The people who watch this show and listen to this podcast, I consider our audience very technical people. I think the intelligence level of our audience is up there, pretty good, right? I respect our audience's intelligence. So I know I wasn't the only one who saw this stuff. I know it wasn't the only one, you know. And so what's saying?
That's right, Zoe. That's right, Zoe.
Oh, wow. So as I'm giving the audience props.
He's just stating facts, my guy. Just stating facts.
This is some shit right here. This is some shit. I hate y'all, man.
Truth hurts, man.
Wow. Listen, innovation come with some technicalities there, and we're gonna talk about that in the next part of the show. We're gonna get into that. But I'm saying sometimes, you know, to strive to be the best. Look, that's what things happen. Okay. I don't know if y'all remember this. I'm gonna tell a quick story before we move on. I don't know if y'all remember this one young producer named Timberland out of Virginia. I'm gonna tell a story. You know, he was struggling, you know, trying to get his beats heard. He meets the singer dude one day. They're in the studio vibing. And, you know, and Timberland is considered one of the most innovative producers on the planet. Don't you know, they were in the studio one day trying to push the technology that they had, that they made it make a weird sound, and it ended up being one of the biggest hits the world has ever seen in the song Pony. Now, that was because they was pushing the technology, right? That would have never happened if they was playing it safe. You see what I'm saying? You know, and like I said, we'll get into that when we get into the next part of the show. I'm just saying. Listen, you know.
Who is arguing with you? Who are you arguing with right now?
Well, Zoe wanted to point out that Samsung's phones blew up or whatever, right? That's an easy thing to throw at Samsung. It's easy. You know? Oh, your phone blew up. Oh, all right. You know what I'm saying? I recall a couple of Apple phones blew up too. And Apple was recently, you know.
No, Apple phones on the scale of Samsung. Secondly, Zoe, you cut real deep to Q. I don't know why Q feeling real right now. But
look at this slick ass comment right here.
Zoe, you need to chill out and stop cutting mans right now. Because he is hurt.
Look at this slick comment. Samsung, quote unquote, magically erased that incident while we talking about it. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? And I spent a good 3 minutes giving the audience props, right? You know what I mean? I did that. Listen, I still respect the SmartGuyz audience, but Zoe, that wasn't even cool, bro.
That's how we talk to you on Twitter, by the way.
Wasn't even cool, man. I don't appreciate that. Don't appreciate it at all. Okay, Keon, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this thing. I'm gonna let you start it off. So I think me and you covered this on seasons past about every year. You know, we'll just get into it, right? What are we expecting? Are we expecting? I know for me, I am, because I don't know about you, Apple. I know you made it clear that you don't care what Apple serve you. You're gonna just do it. But I look at my guys. I look at Samsung, and I'm expecting them to bring it. I'm expecting them to show me some technology and show me that we're not still living in 2007 and things are getting better and technology is improving, but we're seeing that these leaps and bounds are getting shorter and shorter and shorter, Keon, and we're not seeing a whole lot of tech being brought to the table. Now, the only reason why I'm bringing this up in the thing is because the article, and I was going to show it, but then I changed my mind because I didn't want to offend no Apple people. But the article was saying because Apple's 13 was a little bit, you know, lukewarm and lackluster. Yeah, so you saw the article, so I ain't got to put it up. So that's what spawned this conversation, right? So, Key, I'm gonna turn it over to you, and I pretty much know how you feel, and it pretty much is boring, just like Apple. But
wow.
What you think about the annual updates, man? Why do you look forward to the new joint when you know that it's gonna be as bad as the last one was? You already said this.
First of all, let me summarize the article for the people watching, the people listening. The article basically said that we as a society need to move away, and I think it was just targeting Apple, but we as a society need to move away from annual updates because not every year something big happens. The 13s and the macOS Monterey. What?
Yeah. Also, no, go ahead. I'm just going to put it back up while you talk about it. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. They were just saying that there was big software updates, so there doesn't necessarily need to be a big giant hardware update. I disagree with that, only because software is not the only thing we look forward to. We've been looking forward to hardware as well, because your cameras get better, your batteries get better, your displays get better. device may change shape. So I don't necessarily think that we need to move away from annual updates. Also, not everybody buys their phone every year. I know The Verge is probably talking to people who are tech heads, who are always looking for the next best thing. But like I said earlier, Apple doesn't sell to us 10%ers, us 1%ers. They sell to general people, and general people keep their phones long. You know, people call in all the time saying, I still have the iPhone 4G, blah, 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 and it's not working. Like, you need to move. Yeah. You need to come on here. So I feel like the 13 is good for people who have the 11 or the 10. You know, the 12 is good if you still have the 8. It's not necessarily needed. Like, I don't need a 13. 13 almost brings nothing to me, but it brings enough for me to want to just because I'm a tech guy. But I haven't needed a phone. I haven't done anything with my phone that I've needed a new phone for probably like the past 2 years. So you don't necessarily, you as a person don't need to do annual updates. I feel like that's what the article should say.
Hold that thought. I lost your audio again. Hold on, let me refresh the page. I lost your audio. It just, I don't know. Your thing just it goes away like that sometimes. Let me make sure.
This is what I got to deal with. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I guess you can't. This is what I got to deal with all the time.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't even remember where I left off, but I was saying that I feel like this article should say that you as a person don't need to do annual updates anymore. You don't need to worry about that as a singular person. You don't need to always get the new thing. You can chill out and you can go every other year, every 3 years. That's all. Really?
Can we though? Can we? I mean, because you say that, right? You say that, but at the same time, you know, I see the people on Twitter, like, you know, like, I'm gonna tell you what I think. What I thought was weird. Like, people will start, like, they've been talking about the S22 right the week after the Z Fold came out, and like they already done dug and chipped at it and peeled it and showed pictures and, you know, did all this stuff. And I mean, really, the phone is 4 months away. Well, technically, it's like now, like 2 months away. But so the demand for the new,
we were talking about the 14 before the 13 came out.
Right, absolutely, right. So I hear what you're saying. I think you make a lot of sense. I just don't think the people that we speak to, I don't think they feel that way. I think they won't know.
Like I said, tech heads are different. Because we're always just searching for the new tech, the best tech, whatever we can get our hands on. So we're a little different. But I mean, even Christina, because Christina's she's a tech head, but she doesn't always generate to the new stuff. This could be for her, like, hey, you don't have to worry about getting the 13 and then getting the 14 and then getting the 15. Get your 13 now, wait till the 15 or 16 come out. Yeah. Or Lady Gentle Takeover. She has the Pixel 4, now she got the Pixel 6. Perfect. She didn't need to get the Pixel 5. You don't have to get the Pixel 7. You can chill out.
She said, that's not the average person. The average person doesn't know a feature exists on their phone until someone, hey, that's true. But a lot of, and it's crazy because them TikTok people, they something else. But this was at the point.
I don't even want to go into TikTok.
Boy, I'm telling you, they something else. But yeah, she's right though. And a lot of times somebody say, "Oh, look, did you know that you could do this?" And I'm like, "Well, damn, we forgot all about that." But the TikTok person, you know, what was the little black dude's name that people would show him something and he look at it and be like, "That's some bullshit." Whatever that dude's name is, you know, the little African black guy,
Hobby Lame or Lame or something like that.
People doing all this extra stuff, and he look at him like, "Bruh," you know. But that's a lot of times.
I love that guy. That guy's funny.
Yeah, he is hilarious. But you know, like I said, I believe what you're saying is true, and that's the reason why companies like Apple and maybe like Motorola, and to a certain point Samsung too, because when I looked at a laptop, right, like that's the thing. I loved my Galaxy Book Flex, and then the next year the one that replaced it, not so much, and they want more money for it, and I'm like, why? You didn't really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you expecting me to give you more money for the device and you didn't really, and then you took away some of the things that made the first one great. And you want me to pay you more money for the other one now. So but I know I'm one of the people though that I want to see the new hotness. I want to see them do new stuff. I want to see the invisible holographic screens and I want to see all that. I mean, I love it. I mean, even if it's a misstep in here every once in a while, aka the Microsoft Duo, every once in a while, innovation will take it to a weird place. But I'm saying though, let's go there. I'm with it. You know?
I don't know, man. Like I said, if we're just talking about annual updates, that's how I
Yeah.
feel. I mean, I definitely like new features. If we're just talking about annual updates, like I already told you before, I like getting new things just because it's a new thing. That's
Right.
my
And I don't even know,
my flat reasoning.
do you have the new Apple computer software yet?
Yes, I do have it already. Yes.
So-
I have it on my laptop, not my desktop.
So did you feel like you got something new and fresh?
I got one feature that's new.
So the reason why I asked that question is, so we got Windows 11, right? And they try to make it seem like it was new and fresh, right? They made it look like it was new and fresh, but it really wasn't new and fresh, right? So in that regard, like
different layout, right?
I mean, again, it looks different, but it's Windows 10. But it's what it is, right? When you use it, it's Windows 10, right? It just looks different. It's just like putting like Lorenzo said, you put a new wallpaper up, pretty much. Or if it was a phone, it'd be like a new skin or a new theme or whatever. You know what I mean? And so in that regard, like I felt disappointed in Windows because I felt like first of all, you told us you wasn't gonna do it. It was only gonna be Windows 10 forever. And then they did it, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, we're getting something new. This is gonna be dope. And then they show pictures of it, and I'm like, oh, that looked dope. But then you use it, and you're like, oh, well, I was always using this. I mean, there's literally nothing new here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I got one new feature on, and there are like 5 new features in Monterey than there was on Big Sur. I only use one, and it's cool, but it's not game breaking. It's hardly exciting, honestly. But it's something I use. That's it.
I mean, because the biggest thing was with Windows was the whole integration with Android apps, but then it was a caveat with that where they got to be like this Android weird stuff going on with that. So the app selection is going to be whack. But then people were like, well, we figured out a way to do Google Play and all that stuff. But then, but Microsoft was like, no, you ain't supposed to be doing that. That's not the way it's supposed to go. So technically, you ended up with just a newer version of Windows 10. It's just a shiny. They just waxed it up a little bit. That's all they really did. And I was really disappointed.
I've noticed, actually, I think I used 2 different changes, but I noticed that with this Mac 11 or Mac OS 12 update, the features are starting to get a lot more niche to what you're using it for. Because there's like a feature where you can slide your mouse from your desktop to your laptop, your iPad to your phone without having to press any button. You just slide it over. That's something I probably won't use because I don't really use my desktop and my laptop at the same time. And if I do, I have Logitech hardware which can already do that stuff. So it's nothing that I really use. So a lot of the features I'm seeing now are very niche, and that's probably why. That's another reason why you don't necessarily need to do annual updates, because the features eventually aren't going to be as widespread because they've already put in all their widespread features. So now they're just attacking different groups that you don't have already.
So I know this is for everybody. It's for you, Keon, and it's for everybody watching and then people listening.
Chat squad.
So what are we willing to pay for? What's more important? Is it a nice visual overhaul? Maybe nothing super, visually overly like a big overhaul, but just like maybe something minor, like for example the visual overhaul in Windows 11. I think it was like a medium grade visual upgrade. Nothing crazy, right? Like he was saying, from Windows 8 to 10, that was a lot, right? Or a hardware innovation. Like, which one do you think is going to be like? Which one's going to make you absolutely go nuts and be like, no, I have to do that right now? The visual stuff. Okay, like, look, it looked good. They changed. They run to the corners. They did this. They tightened up the Pix account.
That's hard.
Or whatever, Or they added these speakers and a port and and all that stuff. You know what I mean, right? LTPO displays and all that.
For me, it'll probably be software over hardware.
Yeah.
I'd rather a software change than a hardware change. That's a tough question.
Yeah. You know me. I'm going for the hardware, man. If they can do some wild stuff, I mean, it ain't got to be wild. Just give us some nice, like I said, like it can be minimal, like the LTPO displays with the variable refresh rates. That's something that you can't just really like. You have to really see that. You have to experience that, right? Remember we was talking about before you started the iPhone 13, I was telling you how, that was like game changing or whatever. You're like, oh, don't really care. But now, right, it's a pretty big deal, right? I mean, for me, I like stuff like that.
but Q, for me, hardware is more it's not as exponential. You can't do a lot of changes with it right now.
Right, it's going to be a little slower. Yes.
Yeah, so you can't. I mean, if you go, we're at 120 hertz displays. If you go 240, that's not, or 256, whatever it is. Yeah. That's not that big of a difference now. Right. Like 60 to 120, huge. 120 to 240, not that big. Or an extra day of battery life. I mean, I don't know. For me, it doesn't do anything for me. What I was going to ask
you, I don't know if I'll go crazy over a bigger battery, but I think to know that the batteries. Let's just say the battery didn't get bigger. Let's just say that these increased the technology where the same size battery lasts twice as long. I don't know. I'm excited about that. I like that.
What I would ask you, and I already have my answer to my own question because I just thought about it while we were talking. But do you think any company will stop doing annual updates to turn to biannual biannual updates? So you think like an Apple, Samsung, Microsoft, whomever, or Google will stop doing the yearly phones and do every other year?
I think it would happen if one of them was brave enough to step out there on that cliff by themselves first, because I don't think they will all do it at the same time, and it would have to be some financial gain behind it, right? It would have to be some reason, and that reason would have to do with like the digits in the bank about them doing it. Doing it annually is for that reason, pretty much like you said. Even if they don't change much, people always want the new one. I know me personally, I hate not having a new one. It's something about not having a new one. It kind of freaks me out a little bit.
It makes you feel like peasant. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go get the new one. I'm going to get the new joint, right? I'm just going to get it, right? Like that Note 20 Ultra. I wasn't particularly impressed and blown away by that. Just like I wasn't really particularly impressed with the Note 8 when I got that one after. I was excited that we was finally getting a new Note after the ones exploded. I was like, oh, so I ran out and got it. And I wasn't particularly like blown away by it, but but I wanted the new joint. So
my answer is also that I don't think any company will do it, just because that they're going to be missing a generation of people. Whoever is not in that first year that they don't do something,
right?
That could be the 3 years ago that are finally updating. It could be the new people who don't have anything. That's your their first foray into it. You're missing all those people. So some company would have to take the fall first for the other companies to fall in line, but I don't know who would be the first.
The only fear that I would have about that is that would give them leeway and license to charge more for the device. I just see that happening, right? Because they tested the waters with that stuff already, like seeing what people would buy. And I'm gonna tell you, I was at work yesterday, and this is just, I was just sitting there just thinking about it. So the first time since the fold phones have been released, they came out at the end of September, they've always been on promo. It's always like people come by and like, oh my God, this fold is so dope, it's amazing. And then I look at that price tag and be like, oh shit, like who's buying this at this price, right?
1,800? Nah.
Yeah, it will freak them out all the time, right? But I was at work yesterday, and for the first time, the phones are not on promo. They are straight up full price for both of them. Whoa. And people were just snatching them up. And I was speechless. I was like, "What, bro? I don't got no promo for it this week." And it's like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Can you get me the green one by Thursday? Yeah, I can get you the green one. So like, I think if they say, you know what, we're not gonna give you a phone this year, just like Samsung was like, we're not gonna give you a Note this year, but then they pulling this weird stuff with the S22 Ultra next year, and it's probably gonna cost $1,500. You remember the S20 Ultra, the first one they had, $1,400. I feel bad for the people who bought that phone. That phone was an utter piece of garbage, but they jumped all over it though, right? I'm just saying.
I mean, you never know until somebody has it in the hand, and if you're one of those people who are going to pre-order and stuff, you're taking a chance.
You definitely are, and you're saying, "Hey, listen, we're giving you a whole 12 months to save that extra $800 up to get this joint." Right?
That's wild. Yeah, no. I didn't take that into account, that if they're going to do it every 2 years, they're definitely going to have to make that money somehow.
Absolutely. So, absolutely. Yeah. They better. And one thing they better do if they do that, they better put them damn charges back in the box if they do that. For real.
No, they want you to go ahead and spend that $30 to get you a new charger.
For real, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel like the annual thing is just something that we're gonna have to deal with. I think they might be rethinking that because of what happened last year with this whole chip shortage and supply chain issues and all that. But maybe that's an anomaly. Maybe that's like, okay, that was, how often does the world succumb to a global pandemic? It don't happen that often. So
yeah, it's rough. I sent you the article the other day where Apple said that they don't think that supply line are going to be going back to normal to like at least February. That's 4 months, 4 or 5 months that it's been very hard to get a certain phone, especially if you only want a certain color or a certain size and you're not with a change like me. Yeah, like I don't know when I get my phone. I don't.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, and I know right now, if it was like, and I feel so bad for you, Ken. I do, and I'm just being real. I felt like if I did not have the thing that the phone in my pocket every day that I wanted right now, and if I knew that it's out there and I just couldn't get it, I don't know. I would probably be losing it right now. But knowing me, somebody like Lorenzo would take advantage of somebody, because I would probably pay more for it. I would probably be one of them kind of people that did that. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to change. I'm not going to go stand on the line.
I'm not that person.
Yeah.
I used to be that person, but right now I'm not that person.
It depends. I mean, I don't know. I'm not paying no $400 over, but
you wouldn't pay $2,000 for that full 3?
No, man. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. You know?
No, you the plug. You the plug, no.
You that dude with the trench coat on with the hat pulled low. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, like, yo, bro, right outside of Best Buy, like, yo, you looking for that iPhone? I got that work.
Look here in my coat. Anything you need? Anything you want? Anything you got?
You know what I mean? He's like, whoa. So like, what y'all trying to say? You know what I mean? Like, no.
Russ, what up, Russ? I didn't see you earlier.
But Christina, you're right though. She was like, it make her feel old when she hear how many iterations of the S and the iPhones has been. Trust me, when I was putting together that thumbnail, I was looking at all the different notes, and what made me feel bad is that I owned every single one of those things. And I'm looking at the list, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of phones. And I had every one of them, right? It's crazy. But yeah, but that's how it is. No, but Zoe will get somebody like me though, because like I need to have that phone in my life. I need it.
on one Friday afternoon, you're just gonna be like, you know what, Zoe, here.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be like, listen, I took care of the mortgage. I got the car payment. You got that done. I got a little extra money. Let me call my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you still got that thing, but and then at that point, he'll be like, yeah, but I got somebody else asking about it too, right? That's like. I feel like that. I feel like he would hit me.
Y'all gonna have a bidding war?
I feel like he would hit me with that. He'd be like, yeah, last week was great, but now somebody else asking me about it, so
Wow.
Like, damn,
y'all gotta take care of your homies first.
We go back how far? We go way back, and you gonna do me like that? Okay, bro. All right.
Like, remember when y'all wouldn't invite me to them tacos?
So you say she says it's like trying to buy a house. It's the holidays people need. Hey, I feel you, but you ain't paying extra for the iPhone, huh? You just gonna sit and wait, wait on the. Yeah. Okay. Well, it might be like February.
I did get the watch. I got my watch. Series 7. So that's nice. It's nice to have something new. And I'm playing with. I got some new camera stuff. I've got stuff to tide me over, but
don't think about your situation. That kind of. So the new thing with the phone is the camera stuff, but you clearly stated. That you ain't use my camera. You ain't use it. So you good. You straight. So you straight.
I mean, it still makes me feel lesser because I don't know.
Who you got a case on it? Nobody know.
I don't got no case on my phone. What?
What did they know?
They look at this and they're like, "Ooh, that's last year's blue. That's not."
Yeah, you got that all butt naked. You got to put one of them old people folio cases on it. You know what I mean?
No. I ain't doing all that. No, but I'm just gonna wait.
That's like I can see it a mile away because you got it out there butt naked. They be like, "Oh yeah, that's that. He got that. I thought he had a new one."
I still got the font. I still got font. Okay. I got font the little I can.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, you guys never got back with me. So like before we get out of here, did somebody look at his cameras and be like, "Nah, that's last year."
Exactly.
Well, I guess so. But what y'all think? We asked about what was it, hardware versus the software, right?
Versus. Would you rather have overhauled hardware or overhauled software on your phone?
Yeah. You
If
know,
they were only
always
to
more
do
like,
one.
yeah, if they was gonna do one thing, they're gonna give you some. They're gonna give you a pixel. What pixel say? Object. What do they call it? Object eraser. Image eraser. Magic eraser. Oh yeah, because I was object eraser. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Okay, so he says
that's right. Zoe said software. That's right.
Okay.
Like I said,
yeah.
We're kind of flatlining until like the next big surge of everything new. Hardware is kind of stable right now.
Yeah, it is. But I like the hardware. So I'm telling you, the hardware stuff is great. And I mean, software is nice. You know, as long as but see, software it always got that weird shelf life, right? So you ever like, you know, like yeah. So you remember stuff like when Samsung put those refrigerators out with the family thing on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you imagine if you was one of them people who bought the first ones of those? Now, and this is a refrigerator. This is something that you only replace once every 10 or 15 years, but you got an Android 7 or M or whatever was on there, and that was 2027, and you still got to look at that. That's what I'm saying, right?
I mean, hopefully for the refrigerator, it's not something that needs to change. I don't know how they optimize it for the fridge, but hopefully it's something that doesn't break down, doesn't get old, and it's not something you really look at. Hopefully.
I mean, the only reason I don't worry about software so much is because I'm an 11-month man on my mobile devices, right? 11 months is all I'm really going to tote it around for. About 11 months. If I can get it sooner than that, I probably will. But 11 months is usually where I'm at. So the software really will survive that 11 months, you know, and I'm going to worry about because I'm telling you, that's one thing I don't like here. Like, it's like when it comes to my devices, it's two things that the boxes got to be checked on for sure. Like, I need to have speed. It got to be fast. If it's not, if it's slow, I'm not messing with it, right? And I hate looking at old software. I hate looking at old software. I got this Note 10 here that I've been playing with the whole time, right? I never turned this phone on because this is one of my LDU phones from Samsung from 2019, and it refuses to update. It's running. It actually has Android Oreo on it, and it's so ugly to look at that I don't even turn this thing on. You know?
Yeah, no, I can do that, man. Okay, I hate
looking at old software.
But that's why you should want software to get the overhaul.
Yeah, but I don't know. But then I don't know.
Flash no more, Christina.
Yeah, nah. I think that's a dead or unfortunately.
It's actually not dead. Like people are still doing it, but ain't nobody doing that no more.
Why? There's really no reason to do it no more.
People are still jailbreaking iPhones, and you know, I feel like the rooting community for Android is never gonna die.
The OEMs pretty much give you everything now because they done been beat down so much by the rooting community. They're like, you know what? Let's just bend to their will. Let's stop doing it.
I feel like rooting on Android is more dead than jailbreaking on iPhones because jailbreaking on iPhones is really like that's actually still heavy. But I feel like rooting may be a little bit dead.
So Dave, you seem like you had to think about it for a minute. So it's like hardware. Because you like the hardware too, so like the hardware's cool.
I mean, if it was like a few years ago, if you're talking like 5 years ago, where we still had a lot to change with the processors and the cameras, the batteries, and the screens.
Well, now we're in the era we're in the era of the phones or the devices changing size and shape. So that's what we at right now. And I know that's not a big deal for you, but for somebody like me and Dave, we like stuff like that. I like my device getting smaller or getting bigger or whatever the case may be. This I forgot you don't like multifaceted devices. You like a device to do one thing only, which is the waste of the biggest waste of potential I've ever seen in my life. The more things that something can do, the better, in my opinion. You know, but I get
it.
That's
like saying you'd rather a jack of all trades than the king of one thing.
And I knew you was going to say that. Yeah, I feel you on that. Now, if I was in a house builder, it'd been a different story. If I was in a house builder, it'd been a different story. But we're talking about a phone, and I need the phone. I want to be able to play my games on the phone. I want to be able to use it for work. I want to be able to kind of like, I want to do everything on it. You know what I mean? Like, because it's, I want to have
phone, the text and the tweet and the go on the internet. That's it.
Yeah. Nah, for what we're paying for it. And then there's you who throwing money at it for features that you ain't even using at all. Which like, I mean, damn, we need to get you like a really small tablet, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't using the cameras at all or the phone stuff for the most part, right?
I don't like being on the phone.
I don't either. I feel you on that. I mean, I'm with you on that one. So like, if they took that part away from it, I wouldn't care. Jitterbug. Yeah, that is.
I would get it. If they said, "Oh man, we forgot to tell y'all, we forgot to put the phone part in the next iPhone.
Right.
That's fine.
So we're gonna be okay. So it's gonna be fine. Honestly, I don't think too many people would bet an eye. I think the only ones who would really flip out about that are the people who get the phones through the monthly the payment thing. Because
I feel like the older generation would, and then the business people would. Other than that, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, FaceTime, WhatsApp, Google Duo, whatever you want to do. Like pretty much, the communication would never stop. I mean, in fact, I think the communication would be better because now you ain't worrying about the stupid carrier dropping calls and doing who got 5G and who don't got 5. Like Wi-Fi is good. You know what I mean? So yeah,
put it all in one text because I ain't gonna be looking at all different texts now. You better hurry up. Get to the point.
Stuff, right? Pretty good stuff. That's pretty good stuff. So what I want to talk about next week, Keon, we're talking about it a little bit tonight. We'll talk about it for a second tomorrow. We're gonna talk about this about these prices, man. We'll talk about these prices. We'll talk about who paying for what. I know, but as long as but I got a plug. I got Zoe, so I ain't never paying for a price ever again. So
no. I'm just saying because us in the Apple community, we're used to paying more. So y'all better be ready because I'm gonna be like, yo, you ain't got the money, you step out.
You know what I mean? I got me a plug. I ain't paying for a price. I'm not doing it. But I want to talk about the price of mobile devices because you see we all got. So there you go. There you go. It's pretty good stuff. Anyway, you guys have been a blast as usual. Keon, I had a lot of fun tonight, man. What you think about that?
I love all the chat squad always. A little bit of delay here, but it's whatever. No, I love it. Every week back in this. Yo, just wait till the day I get my new iPhone and I come on the show. Q, you better just give me 15 minutes. Just give me 15 minutes.
I mean, I'm gonna give you 15 minutes to talk about the new phone that's be coming out at that time. So you know what I mean? we talk about the iPhone 15 at that time. At the rate things going right now, right? Well, I don't know, man. I hope you get lucky and something happens for you, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I know all my guys were only selling iPhone minis because that's all they had. But I think the companies are pulling the inventory, trying to save them for like holiday shoppers. I think that's why you can't find nothing right now. I think that's what's going on. But so I think you might get lucky next week though. I think next week is gonna be. I think by the time we come out of November going to December, you'll have your new phone. You know what I'm saying?
15 minutes. Yo, don't remember 15 minutes for the iPhone and 8 for the Duo. He don't want me to talk about Duo. He don't give me those 8 minutes. We don't get demonetized if we get those 8 minutes.
Listen, we try to avoid that right there, right? Because first of all, you never know. The good folks at Microsoft might one day want to be a sponsor of this good show with the Smart Guys. Then we got this villain over here, Keon, who trashing that product left and right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, yo, thanks to our sponsor for the trash product served.
Like, we paying this dude to do us like that? Come on now, this is insane. This is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, damn, the Smart Guys had to come to like a creative situation because Ken didn't want to play the game.
We've got creative differences.
He refused to acknowledge Microsoft as the game. He didn't want to.
We actually talk about one thing. I'm sorry. Whoops, my bad.
It's like from now on out, Microsoft would not be mentioned on this show.
You will not silence me.
He already done blamed me for pulling the plug on him one time. So, but yeah, you guys have been amazing. Like I said, Keon, I was going to tell you because I wanted to announce this. I finally dug my heels in. I saw that Dave was saying on Twitter how he missed his podcast because they wrapped up for the season a couple weeks ago, and I know the feeling, Dave. A couple things I done fell off my plate, but I'm going to relaunch biggqsworld Podcast this week. I'm gonna cover the Silk Sonic album release, wrapping up the Wu-Tang Clan.
I see you've been loving the album.
The album has been fantastic. And then Jay-Z and LL Cool J being inducted into the Hall. It's a lot of hip hop and R&B stuff. If you like that kind of thing, biggqsworld Wednesday. That's gonna be dropping. I don't know if I want to do it as a live stream and a podcast. We'll see. I got a couple days to think about it. But it depends on what kind of feedback I get on the socials, and we'll see. I'm gonna be promoting it for the next couple of days. We'll see what's going on. That's my announcement, Keon. What you got?
Nothing. I'm busy. My first article on digital trends ran out today, so
Nice.
I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I'm gonna just stay busy for the next couple of months. Get my head down and keep it down for a little bit.
Good. Oh, thank you, Christine. It should be good. I'm hoping to have some fun with that, Keon. I'm hoping that this ignites that or satisfies that itch that you got. That I know you've been doing the photography thing. You've been really enjoying that, but I know that it's always a tech itch that you have. I hope this satisfies it. I hope you have fun with it, man. It sounds like things are working out good for you. You guys, want to thank you for supporting us at whatever we do. We definitely appreciate it on every front, on the podcast front, on the live stream front, all that good stuff. We definitely appreciate it. On that note, Ken, that's all I got. What you got, bro?
That's it. Peace
all right,
out,
so
man.
we will holler at y'all next week, Lord willing. We out of here. Peace.